Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 2 of the BVSR Porsche GT3 Cup. We are 10 minutes out from qualifying. At the moment, there's only 7 on the track, but we are getting ready. So, put some, I'll say 10 minutes. We are 6 and a bit. Jump on board with Anthony Hyde here, who's just pulling over to come back to the pits. So we won't be jumping on. Let's jump on board with Jacket. This is practice at the moment. Hey all, welcome into the chat. So hopefully we can get 1 or 2 more people in before qualifying. Be nice if we can, if not. Everybody out on the track. Stephen Gascoigne. Currently fastest lap at the moment through practice is Ralph with a 1:42.3. Hey, welcome in. Well, hopefully, the guys that got disqualified last round, remember it is actually a pit stop this time around, and he's doing it again now. Not showing that I'm online, even though I am. So, welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully we get a few more. The last race, it was Ralph, Irwin and pretty much Josh that made out the top three, and they were fighting. And then it was Anto, Ben, and Stephen Gascoigne. They were also fighting. So we do have some close battles on. It's just that we need more people, really. Oh, I'm on emote only. Mate, I've no idea how to turn off an emote only chat. What the what? How have I done that then? Well, I take it from all the chatter that's going on now, I'm no longer in emote chat. So that is it. That is practice over and done with. We are going to head over to qualifying. So I can hear engines. Let's have a look who's exiting the pits. It's going to be Anthony Hyde and Ben and Stephen Gascoigne. Three of them making their way out the pits. Going to be Anthony Hyde first. Looks a bit like a Doritos car, that livery, from a bit of a distance. So all cars have 10 minutes of qualifying. Do as many laps as they like. Oh, excuse me. Get the qualifying information up. What we'll do. We will hide the camera. Go. 6 cars out on track at the moment. That's a nice camera shot, isn't it? Absolutely lovely, that. Just on the side there by the boom there. The onboard driver box is absolutely useless because it just shows the team, not the driver. This is Fuji. But that is a very good shot, that. I like that camera angle. Santo on his first flying lap. purple sector 1 there. Have a look at Ben just behind him. I know it says purple sector, but he's not as quick. It's his purple sector for himself. Then we've got Stephen Gascoigne. Again, and he's the 10th off Anto's time. Sector 1. Then 3/10 off. I wonder if we can see. Put the tap. It's Anthony Hyde across the line, taking a 1:43.7 first. Ben comes across with a 1:44.2, 5/10 back. Stephen Gascoigne will be next across the line, and he moves into P2, 2/10 behind Anthony Hyde. Next across the line will be Ralph. Quickest in sector 1, quickest in sector 2, and he indeed goes pole by 3/10. Oh, and Irwin just popped himself into P2 there, and then we've got Josh next, will be across the line. And where does this put him? That puts him into P3. We've still got Jacket in the pits. I think he might be starting from the back. That's a nice angle too. So let's jump back with Anthony Hyde, who he's up in sector 2, personal best. That's inside the grille of the front, that's another cracking shot. Here he comes across the start-finish line to stay 4th, but improves on his lap time to 43.1. Oh, Jesus. 4,000th of a second. Slower than P3. Stephen Gascoigne already passed the line there. Irwin has now taken that pole position straight off Ralph by 4,000th of a second. Top two are practically a second ahead of 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. But it is very, very close between Josh and Anto. Erwin Hermangarten is improved in sector 2. Probably going to improve on his lap again here. Crosses the line. Oh, comes straight into the pits there. So that's him done with this lap. Ralph down in sector 1, 2 and 3 does not improve at all. But Josh, personal sector 1 and 2, personal best sector 1 and 2 should I say. Can he improve? Can he get close to the guys in front? And it's a 142.983 for Josh. Dropped a couple attempts in the last sector there, but he is now into the 42s. See that Ben Watkinson has jumped up into P5 as he makes his way back to the pits. It's a rear view with Steve. Nothing really going on behind him because he's qualifying. So with a minute and 15 to go, I think Erwin Heimangarten is in the pits and that's where he's going to stay. The only person that can potentially beat him is Ralph, who's down in sector 1, sector 2, and looks like he is going to be heading towards the... No, he's not. He's going to try for one more lap by the looks of it. Improves in sector 3, so he's still got pace there. With 30 odd seconds to go, Josh, Anto, Ben is in the pits. Steve is out for his one last try. Down in sector 1. Have a look at Ralph. Down in sector 1, 2. Not 1, 2. Oh, Ralph, no, he's up in sector 1. Purple sector. Oh, but he's bailed out. Sector 2 for Steve. Not impressive at all. Nowhere near. He's a tenth better than Mr. Watkinson. Might need to try find 4 attempts, really, and it looks like he's heading into the pits. That is done. That is your session results. It is Erwin Heimangarten that takes pole with Ralph P2 and Josh P3. Anthony Hyde is P4 and Ben Watkinson is P5. Steve P6 and Kev Menchie Jacket is P7. There'll be a little bit of a break before we go through to the race.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
It's only like a 30-second get ready, so we also have Anto streaming his perspective. We also have Ben streaming their perspective. You can find Anto at Grumble Mart Gaming, and Ben is at Ben Watke 93. Search them, give them a follow, and share the love. So, here we go, getting ready for the race. Hopefully everyone remembers there is a
Formation
mandatory
lap has
pit.
started.
Starting order is as follows. It is Erwin Heminger that takes pole position. Ralph takes P2. Josh Meistenbrew takes P3 with Anthony Hyde P4. P5 is Ben Watkinson, and he is joined on the grid by Stephen Gascoigne in P6. And finally, P7 is Kev Menchie Jacket. So, here they go, getting ready.
Green flag, green flag.
Away they go. Great start by Hemingway. But it's him and Ralph side by side as they make their way to the first corner. Anthony Hyde getting a good run on Josh there. And it looks like Hemingway is just slowly pulling away already. Anthony Hyde up to P3. He's managed to do Josh Meistenbrow. Sorry, I'm still trying to pronounce these names properly. It's Anthony Hyde up to P3. Ben Watkinson is P4. Ben is P6. Sorry, but Anthony Hyde is getting his tail end looked at very closely by this man, Josh Meistenbrow, or P3. Anthony Hyde taking a very defensive line through the corner there. Meistenbrow trying to get a good run out of the corner. Anthony Hyde will survive another lap in P3. Two leaders slightly getting away now, and looks like Meistenbrough looks like he's going to have a go up the inside, but just popped out just to say hello to Anto there. This is on board with Ben Watkinson. You can see Meistenbrow in front, just all over the back end of Anthony Hyde. On board hub, 4th, 5th. Meistenbrow looking like he's having another go here. We're going to have to jump over to him, get rid of that onboard graphics. He's ever closer now against him and Anthony Hyde. These two defending and fighting is bringing Ben into the fold. Anthony is... Oh, Meistenbrow gets it all sideways coming out of the corner. And that's allowed Ben up the inside now. Round the out. He's going to try the outside of the next turn. But that has give Anthony Hyde, who runs a little bit wide there on the exit of the final turn, bit of breathing space. I bet he couldn't believe his bloody luck when that happened. And this is the battle for P3 at the moment. It's Anthony Hyde versus Meistenbrow, Watkinson, and just in the back end there is Stephen Gascoigne. looks like Herman Garten is just commanding this race at the moment. We are just 5 minutes in, and it's already we've already had a DNF. That's Jacquet. I'm saying it like it's French. It could just be jacket. Jacquet. But this is where the real fight is at the moment for third, fourth, and fifth. Seems like they're dropping Stephen Gascoigne. Oh, gets a little bit squirrely on that corner again there as Meistenbrough. Check back in with the front runner here, Hermangarten. Is that Hermangarten? I think it might be. Or Heimangarten. That sounds more plausible. Heimangarten. We'll go with that. And he is closely followed by Ralph. Back here with Stephen Gascoigne, and we can see that at Ben Watkins all over the back end of Meistenbrough. Late on the brakes goes, and oh, and he's overshot. He went for it. I'll give him his due. He went for it. But I'm going to call him Meister from now on. So I can't just get my tongue around the back end of that. Ben is all over the back end of this guy here. Josh Meistenbrough. This is playing right into Anto's hands here, because he is just scampering away up front now. Oh, tries up the inside of Anthony Hyde there, and the door was promptly shut. That's allowed Ben up the inside, and then they're going to come together. And oh, what's Steve doing? He's rally crossing. Oh, it's all kicking off now for third place. Anthony Hyde pretty much parked it on the apex, given... can't even get the words out. Giving Josh Meistenbrough a go, but then Ben, out of nowhere, right into the back end of that Porsche. He's going for it. He's going up the inside. He overshoots the corner. He's lost one. He's lost two. And now he finds himself behind Ben Watkins. I think he's having a bit of a hard time here. Is our Josh. Meantime, quick look up at the front, and it is still Heimangarten who is leading with Ralph P2. Anthony Hyde is still P3, believe it or not. Ben Watkinson has moved up to P4, and now Josh Meistenbrough has been dropped down to P5. Now he's got Steve Gascoigne on the back end of him. Pit will be open very soon. Well, pits are open now, actually. Pits are open after lap 1, and they will close 10 minutes before. And that is Anthony Hyde getting it all kinds of wrong. Where's he going? I don't think he knows. And Ben Watkinson's up the inside of him now, down the straight. It's going to be a drag race down to the first corner. Can Watkins do what Josh couldn't? Four-way fight for P3, this. They're free wide. They're free wide into the first corner. Something's got to give. Oh, and there's another clout there. And I think that's Steve been turned around. That is Steve been turned around. Thankfully, he didn't lose too much time there. I'm not quite sure what happened. We couldn't really see. We were too busy looking at somebody else. Story of my life. And Anthony Hyde, in the meantime, is still holding off the P3. And Josh is... he must be doing his nutting in that car trying to get past these guys. Just trying absolutely everything. And thankfully I can see Steve hasn't dropped too far. He is clinging back to the other three here. But again, and I don't know what Steve's doing, but he's just seems to have settled down a little bit for the time being, and it is going to have a quick rundown of current standings. Oh, excuse me. So currently it sits as Erwin Hermangarten in P1, Ralph is P2, Anthony Hyde impressively still in P3, Ben Watkinson is P4, and Josh Meistenbrow is P5. Stephen Gascoigne is P6. Unfortunately, we have lost Kev Minchie. He is a DNF. I mean, look, has Steve pitted? Steve has. Steve has indeed pitted. Like he's taking his pit stop very early here. Look like he might be trying for the actual full undercut, depending on where the leaders are. He should get out in front of them. He's now moving again. Sure if he took any tyres or anything that time. Doesn't really say what tyres he's on. As you can see, Steve has made his first pit stop. There is our race leader at the moment, P1. We then have Ralph, Anthony Hyde still. Ben Watkins is P4, and it looks like these two guys have just dropped Josh in P5. We all know Steve made a pit stop. But at the moment, it is literally only Anthony Hyde and Ben Watkinson that is fighting. However, once pit stops have been done, Steve should be back in the fold. With 26 minutes remaining, sorry. It's a shame there wasn't a lot more people. This could have been quite a battle, to be fair, with more than a handful of people. The fight still goes on with Anthony Hyde and Ben Watkins. Josh seems to just be just taking a breath for a minute, letting them guys do the work. 25 minutes to go. Garten is just absolute. He's got his windscreen wipers on. I do believe it's potentially raining. Yep, his windscreen wipers are definitely on. Has anybody else got theirs on? Check out Ralph. Ralph's is on too. Yep, and these guys still have theirs on, so we do have indeed a bit of rain at the moment. Check in with Stephen Gascoigne. Pit stops should be doing soon, potentially, if they remember. Don't forget to check out our sponsors and affiliates, guys. If you need any money off anything sim racing related, or energy drinks, or anything really that's motorsports related, links down in the description. Here we go, back with Anthony Hyde and Ben Watkins, who pulls out late, very late on the brakes. And that allows Anthony Hyde to just continue in P3. Can we get a rear view shot of this? There we go. And yes, indeed, we can see rain spots on the car. So the gap to the leader is 3.1. Garten is just commanding this race. Hopefully he remembers to do a pit stop this time. Here he comes. He's in the pits now. The leader is entering the pits. Does Ralph follow him? No, Ralph doesn't. He carries on. Right, let's have a look where Anthony Hyde and Ben Watkins are as well, in retrospect to the leader in the pits. Neither are pitting at the moment, but neither is Josh. Let's have a look where Garter is. He's still in the pits at the moment. It's a mandatory pit stop, but you do not have to take any more than, you know, a couple of litres of fuel. And he's away again on his go. On he goes. Let's see where Stephen Gascoigne is. See if he can. I don't think he's going to get anywhere near where he is, but he needs to be somewhere pretty close. And Irwin is just coming out of the pits now. There he goes. Rejoins in P5. Where is Steve? Not quite onto the final straight yet. One more corner to go. Now he's on it. So that promotes Ralph into P1. Anthony Hyde is up to P2. Ben Watkins is P3 with Josh Meistenbrow just in P4, just slowly edging back towards these two guys at the moment. But does Ralph pit this time? Looks like he might be going to. There he goes. He's in the pits. Ralph is now entering the pits. That's Ralph for his pit stop as well. Let's see if Anthony Hyde jumps in or whether he takes control of the lead of the race. Nope, they're going to carry on going. And is that Josh jumping in the pits behind him? I believe it is. Yep. And that's Josh in the pits too. So Anthony Hyde takes the lead of this race for the time being. There is your net leader. Let's have a look where Ralph is. He's on his way out of the pits. Where is Hermangarten? He's coming down the pits. Have a look, see if we can see. Oh, he's made it out. He's made it past. Ralph is out. Let's have a look at Josh. Where is Josh? He is just coming down the pit exit. Where's Stephen Gascoigne? Should be joining pretty much back on the back of this guy now. That's Steve back on the back straight. On the home straight, sorry. Josh is just coming out the pits. Steve will be at full chat on the way down the straights. That has brought him back a little bit closer to the pack. But it's Ben Watkins that leads now. There's been a change for the lead. I missed it, as usual. Always the case. Hermangarten, your net leader at the moment. Stephen Gascoigne a little bit closer now to the driver in front. Josh a little bit wide there. And it's another battle for the lead this time. Now these two are going to be tripping over each other, which is going to allow Hermangarten to catch up quite rapidly. And Anthony Hyde back in the lead. $18 minutes to go now, and that's a good line through there for from Ben, who tries to send it round the outside. He's going to make it. He's going to put it to. Oh, and Anthony Hyde just gets on the power a little bit too soon and lights up the back tyres. But that's Ben back in the lead. Still, these two guys have to pit. Ben gets it all kinds of wrong. So does Anthony Hyde. They have to both cut the corner very drastically. Hermangarten. Looks like the track is getting a little greasy now, but they're all trying to stick it out on the slicks. Check in with Stephen Gascoigne, see where he is. Is he any closer to the guy in front? Josh. Ben in the pits now. Anthony Hyde retakes the lead of this race. But Hermangarten is only 21 seconds behind now, and to be honest, you lose 30 seconds in the pit stops. So puts Anthony Hyde back to P3. Potentially, unless Ben has a stellar outlap. Don't look where Josh is. Just coming round the last corner. Is he? Indeed he is. Ben's still in the pits. Josh just entering the pit. I think Ben's going to lose P4 here. He's lost it. Nice number out into P4. That's a net P3. Is that Ben putting wets on? I think that's Steve too coming through. Ben still in the pits. Anthony Hyde, your leader still. Must be having a bit of trouble with that car. Still there. Garten is now only 11 seconds away from Anthony Hyde. That's Anthony Hyde now pitting. Not going to have to worry about Ben Watkinson anymore. I think that Porsche is well and truly out. So, Garten retakes the lead. We've got Ralph back into P2. Anthony Hyde moving again. Where is Josh? Josh just coming round the final corner now. So that'll be Anthony Hyde back into P3. We've lost Mr. Watkins. Oh, Ben Watkins is on the pit out now. Not sure what happened there. We'll have to try and catch up with him after the race. Josh has had Anthony Hyde too. Anthony spent a lot of time. Jesus Christ, spent a fair bit of time in the pits then. And here comes Steve. Got that early pit stop. Might just be paying off for him for P4. Just seems to be settled down now. Ben's a lap behind. So Garten to Ralph. To Josh Meistenbrow in P3. Anthony Hyde is P4. Steve Gaskin is P5. Ben a lap down, P6. Not an awful lot going on at the moment. Looks like Meistenbrow has allowed Ben to unlap himself. The state of that car. Looks like it's been pebble dashed. Looks like what I can see at the moment is, oh dear God, I've lost controls. I can see that Ralph is on a charge here. He's catching up with Garten. I'm going to sneeze. Or is Hammergarten playing possum? Ten minutes to go now. Josh P3. Anthony Hyde P4. We get a rear view. No. No. Bit late now. I wanted to have a look on the straight. Never mind. It's all settled down now with 9 minutes to go. I can see that up front there is just under a second separating the two. There's your leader. There's P2. Oh, I can hear him lighting up the tyres. Oh, squirming under the brakes as he gets to turn one. This is now the closest battle, and this is for the win. Oh, that's... Who's that in the pits? 6 minutes to go. And we've got Ralph in the pits. What's this? Is this a stop-go? As we can see, Anthony Hyde in the background there. Look, just coming down the pitch, the start-finish line. Wonder why he's in the pits again. Must have been a stop-go. Unfortunately, doesn't tell you what. But that puts Anthony Hyde what's a little bit confusing as well is I've just noticed that Josh is now down to P5. Anthony Hyde up to P2 with 5 minutes to go. All he's got to do is keep it together. Although Ralph is not too far behind, but he is in a hot pursuit now of Anthony Hyde for that P2. Where is Mr. Gascoigne? Not overly too far back either. This is who we're going to have to watch now. Anthony Hyde and Ralph. Sorry, I had a hiccup then. Ralph, 2 seconds back. In fact, he's 3 seconds back. Steve is a lot further back than I thought, to be fair. I think he's about 20 seconds back from these two. Ralph is now on the start finish. Oh, there is Ralph. We just caught a glimpse of Anthony. There's Anthony Hyde. It's going to get interesting in the last 3.5 minutes. Closing him down, hand over fist. Clearly see. Put a 1-to-1 lap up here. That's Anthony Hyde, and that is Ralph. Three minutes to go. What can Anthony Hyde do? Can he keep it? No. Ralph just literally drives past him like he stood still. Wow. And wow. Must have a hell of a setup on that Porsche. Anthony Hyde down to P3. Nevertheless. Still. Podium position. Or not. What's happening there to Anthony Hyde? Looks like he's got a puncher. Is that a puncher? No. Surely not. He's definitely got his car is definitely crabbing and it looks very uncontrollable. No way. Can we not a lot of tire information we can get. Have a look where Heimengarter is. Probably going to be one last lap. I think Anthony Hyde might have a bit of an issue with his car. Oh no, that seems to be his suspension has been damaged. We get reports from the pit group. So he has just got to keep it on track, but this is definitely the last lap now. But Steve is literally pounding down the door. This is the last lap. All Anto's got to do is keep the car going. Stephen Gascoigne. That's the battle between Steve and Anto at the moment. As you can see, the time is just plummeting. No, that's Steve and Josh. So we're going to get to Anto, and that is the time. Again, still plummeting. In fact, it looks like he's going up, to be fair. So he's driving all right. Oh, he's got it wrong again. He needs to be careful, or he could end up picking up a penalty as well. Seven seconds to Steve now. Himmengarter is in the pits. Not sure why. Must have finished. He has indeed. Anthony Hyde. And there is Stephen Gascoigne. Jesus Christ, he pummeled the point. He tried his best. There we go. At the end of the race, it is Himmengarten that takes the win over Ralph Anthony Hyde in P3 and Stephen Gascoigne in P4. Josh Meistenbrow is P5 and Ben Watkinson is P6. And unfortunately, Kevin Minchy never made it out of the opening lap. So, there we go, guys. So, thank you once again for everybody joining in. The followers, the watchers, the talkers, blah blah blah. We'll catch you again at the next one. There was going to be one on the 21st, which would have been the classic touring cars. However, I'm not actually here. That's going to be postponed for. It'll probably swap over dates and put that one to near the end. So yeah, touring cars coming up soon, guys. So funny enough, next Friday. I'll catch you guys soon, and I'll see you all later.